if the barname is called Roqe, I can't be too khajalati about asking questions like
Be as
how,
rogue as possible. I love you for that.
how much money do you make? I really want to get into your story, but there's something too rich here with that for me to let go by. When you say you don't do things for money, which I think anybody listening to this would appreciate, and speaks to your artistry. At the same time, I wonder how if the barnum is called Roqe, I can't be too khajalati about asking questions like
Be as rogue as possible. I
how
love
much
you for that.
how much money do you make? In other words, one of the most heartbreaking interviews I've ever done, also one of my favorite ones because I love the guy, but was with Farid Zoland, where we speak for 2 hours about how this iconic guy, who I'm sure you know very well, and it's
100%. My
written,
hats off.
literally written hundreds of songs that most Iranians could sing back to you, and is living modestly and makes no money and sees no share of all of that he's done because of the desperate and dire situation around lack of respect and funding through royalties and publishing, etc., for Persian music back in the day and in Iran currently. What's the situation like for a producer, arranger like you? Like, if you're one of the biggest names in Persian pop and contemporary music, do you do really well?
I can't say really well, but the reason I try to, again, keep the balance in being involved in music and doing what I love. I do a lot of local performances with the LA band that I have, which are weddings, which many artists see this lower degree of performance. I don't know why, but again, I gotta say that they think if it's not a concert, it's not a performance. If it's a wedding, oh, to arusi mizani, wedding mizani. I proudly perform weddings every weekend, proudly, because I'm still
There's no
performing.
element of I'm the guy who, had the Black Cats hits and Ebby and Gugush, and I don't do weddings. There's nothing
That that's where the ego would come in. That's where the ego would come in. Even for the wedding band that I have now called Rouge, this band has done shows that was bigger than concerts we did with Ebby. As far as the production cost, lighting, stage, I mean, I have done shows all the way in Monaco, in Italy, in Vegas. We did shows for the owner of SLS hotels in Las Vegas. The first night was Gypsy King. The second night was Rouge. That's a good number for me to mention and be proud of. So it's not a wedding of just oh, what do you want, dimbale dimbul, okay, let's do it. It's a show. It's a show of 5 singers and 1 MC, which I have Hebrew songs, English singer. My English singer became number 4 at the voice show in Europe. So Latin singer, Persian male and female singers. We keep the Persian music, and I make my weekly income from the performance of local bands. Then I do a lot of, obviously, songwritings, a lot of arrangements. I make some money from renting out my recording studio if people need it. And then I produce new artists. I bring new artists, hoping that the effort that I put in new songs, I'm going to help him or her become a new act. And then somebody's going to book this act, which is happening, and it happened. So I go make money on the road with this particular singer I created. So I create stars, which is a form of income in the future, and I try to make the balance. But it is very hard. Before my wife becoming an attorney, I was also struggling because it was very, edge to edge type of.
But can I just say that's systemic when it comes to Persian arts.